Democracy is under assault before our eyes. This moment we have feared has arrived.
Rounding up and deporting millions of illegal migrants was never going to happen without protest. But no one can say that President Trump didn't tell voters of his plans on the campaign trail in 2024. It was one of his top priorities.
We will not allow federal agents to be attacked, and we will not allow an American city to be invaded and conquered by a foreign enemy.
But there are risks for both sides of this dispute, and especially for the country, if the violence escalates and Mr. Trump invokes the Insurrection Act.
If we want to look at the cause of what is happening here, I take it back to raids that took place on Friday and the uncertainty and the fear and the fact that families across the city are terrified that they don't know if they should go to work, they don't know if they should go to school.
The clashes in Los Angeles began the weekend of June 7th, where immigration and customs enforcement have been staging raids around the city hunting for migrants, including at businesses where they're thought to work. Workers, union leaders, and pro-migrant activists hit the street in protest. In some places, the clashes turned nasty. Some police officers were hurt, and ICE and local police made arrests, including of a prominent union leader for interfering with federal officers.
Do you say enough? No! And the arrests of community members and leaders like the incredible SEIU president, David Huerta.
No! President Trump then invoked a little-used law to override what is typically state control and sent in 2,000 troops from the California National Guard.
As a result, I, in partnership with Governor Gavin Newsom, are suing President Trump and asking the court to set aside the president's unlawful action federalizing the California National Guard.
Since his return to the White House, Mr. Trump has largely solved the country's most urgent immigration problem by closing the border to migrants using asylum claims to gain entry. In just 4 months, illegal border crossings have slowed to a trickle. And on this, Mr. Trump has overwhelming public support. But the White House, led by Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, wants to deport everyone here illegally, and that includes the millions who've since led law-abiding, productive lives.
Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses.
Mr. Miller and the restrictionists want to deport everyone, to send a message never to come again. But the lost contributions to the US labor force will be huge, especially since neither Mr. Miller nor Big Labor will tolerate more legal immigration.
If you want to hit our economy, you scare people from going to work, because you know there are sectors of our economy in this city where immigrant labor is the majority of the workforce.
Suffice to say, it's unrealistic to think that raiding restaurants to snatch busboys or Home Depot to grab stock clerks won't inspire a backlash, all the more so when ICE agents are heavy-handed, prompting retaliation from protesters. That's when things get ugly.
We believe that ICE, which is a federal law enforcement agency, has the right to safely conduct operations in any state and any jurisdiction in the country, especially after 21 million illegals have crossed our border under the previous administration.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says there was no need to call in the National Guard. And while that may be true, that means Democrats who run sanctuary cities or states need to maintain order. If they tolerate obstruction against ICE, what is the president supposed to do?
Tonight we had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you. We've seen people with hammers, and you've broadcasted, breaking the bollards behind the federal building and taking the rocks, if you will, or pieces of concrete, and throwing them at officers. We've had liquid of who knows what description thrown at officers. There's no limit to what they're doing to our officers.
No one wants to see the military patrolling American streets except in the worst of circumstances, but Mr. Trump may yet invoke the Insurrection Insurrection Act to deploy the military, as George H.W. Bush did in 1992 to stop the LA riots. And right now, the president and Mr. Miller are likely looking for the chance.
If there's an insurrection, I would certainly invoke it. We'll see. But if we didn't have the military in there, the National Guard, and then we also sent in some Marines, we had some bad people. We have people, they look in your face and they spit right in your face. They're animals. And these are paid insurrectionists. These are paid troublemakers. They're agitators.